20 milligrams, the best thing I've ever done in my life. You should definitely try it, especially because y'all can't really get it together, you know?
Because y'all can't really get it together, you know? So, we're going to do a little bit of housekeeping before we get into this conversation between Big Kev and Little Kev. In this video I'm doing right here, I'm giving my commentary on it, okay? So if you want to watch this conversation without any interruptions, please exit, go to Urban Smart Network. That's Big Kevin's YouTube channel. All right, let's get started with this conversation.
So let's talk about the next to kin thing.
Okay.
Yeah, I was partially wrong.
What you mean?
Partially wrong. So the way you explained, you was right. It is going to be when you're in a marriage, it goes down to the next, spouse and stuff. But because I thought for the will, how my mom passed it down to me, that's why I was talking about next to kin, because how she did her will, how she passed it down to the estate to me. So that kind of like I thought I was saying next to kin. So I should have explained it last time.
Yeah.
So that was on me. So for all y'all on the comments going super hard, cooking me and stuff, like I was wrong on a technical level. You feel me? I apologize, but y'all didn't have to go so hard coming at me in my DMs, comments, and all that on my Instagram. Like, come on, y'all can chill. Like, I could be wrong sometimes, You can like, nah, Kev, look, you was jive wrong. I would be like, all right, handle it accordingly. But the way y'all came at me was like, nah, you wrong. Your father said Google it. He fact checked you, and y'all fact checked me too. But like, sheesh,
Oh, it went like that?
man, I had like at least 20 DMs in my Instagram.
Oh, okay.
You know what, little Kevin, he got this coolness about him. He said y'all need to chill. He said we need to chill. Okay, I definitely feel him. It's some crazy people out here. They haven't received enough hugs when they were growing up. So that's all that is. All right, let's go to 834. Okay, let's see. All right, let's start right here.
I mean, a lot of people don't really understand everything Tracy had to offer this universe. And you and I, we do. We have a good understanding and a team that helped her build her legacy. And I think that's going to be important because, she has music. Trey has music that she did already. And it's like, wow, it's still there. But she stayed at the studio. When she came back in town, she was at that studio. And that's why I was like, it was important for her to have a team locally to help her build the direction that she wanted and what was in her heart.
Okay, so you know what? I hope that they get a good producer. I know the music is probably already produced, but what was going through my mind was, and I'm taking it back, Kim Zolciak and Candy Burris. Candy Burris, she took Kim Zolciak's music and she made some hits. So, and I've never purchased Tracy's music before. And so I just think that's something they may want to consider. Um, anyway, that's all I have to say about that. All right, let's go to 1028. All right, let's listen in.
It's glad that we're here and we feeling that same vibe. The holidays are coming up too, and
He's coming up.
she got music. Do you know she had Christmas music?
I would imagine so, because this is her favorite time of the year.
She loved Christmas.
Favorite time of the year. Favorite, especially the Thanksgiving, Christmas time. She always liked the snow, gifts, Christmas tree, cooking, decorating.
Yeah, man.
So yeah, man. Hopefully we can tap into some of her music, get it released. The fans, here, they can support. Maybe drop the music, And if we release music, if y'all want it, let us know in the comments. But I think that'd be super dope because one of my favorite albums, just not just from my mom, but as my aunt said, in a whole, was the Christmas album they did.
Yes.
That was a dope album, the dope Christmas album they had.
It was.
Especially because they had Uncle Mikey on it. You know, he does, but he don't really, hop on a track or two, So that was kind of dope that he did it.
He had, I listen to Frank Sinatra. I listen to Frank Sinatra a lot, and Mikey has that style of voice.
Yeah,
a true.
I can see that.
Frank Sinatra, Blue Eyes, Sammy Davis Jr., artists of that caliber. And then also Tracy and Mikey wrote some music together. That's still in the vault.
I believe it.
So that's another thing that, can be looked at. And I bet you when people just hear a voice, they're going to be like, wow.
Okay, so I don't know if viewers are really that receptive to hearing anything from Uncle Mikey because it's a lot of gray area. We don't know what's going on. Accusations have been insinuated. Like, I don't know if that's a good idea. You know what I'm saying? I think that people probably would love Tracy's music without her sisters and Uncle Mikey. Tracy could stand alone. You know what I'm saying? A lot has been exposed. A lot is being left to our imagination, so much so that people are questioning if Tawanda is Ashley's mama. Okay? So I think Tracy's music should just be independent of all of the scandal that's going on. All right? Are y'all still with me? Let's go to 638. And like I said, for some of you people that may be a little bit mentally challenged, emotionally challenged, you don't have to stay on this video. You can take your little finger, you can click off, you can go to somebody else's channel. Make life easy. Make life easy. Life ain't hard. Okay, let's listen in.
They was talking about in reference to the wedding you didn't attend. They were saying if she would have been there, it would have been different. Because her energy was always something special. You know
It
what I mean?
was, and it would have brought on, like, I feel like it would have brought everyone together. How everyone, I feel like there's been a lot of arguments on the show, and I feel like that's what's the main cause of the arguments is my mom not being here. I think she was always that middle person, the one that she stayed in the middle. She stayed kind of neutral. She didn't really pick a side. I'm not saying there's sides going on, but I feel like she was that one to, like, when something's going on, you can call her and she be non-biased to the situations going on. And I feel like she had that potential in her. She always had that potential in her. She wants to hear your story out too and say where you was wrong or where that other one was wrong at. And I feel like we all have that person in our family where we have that non-biased person that can let you know, like, hey, you was wrong.
Excuse me.
That you was wrong or you was right, and it's how you could have said it to either fix it up or make it more cleaner. Maybe the way you said it came off a little too harsh.
That's what I remembered about Tracy when watching her interact with her sisters. She seemed to be the neutral one. All right, let's go to 21. All right, let's listen in.
Don't come back from situations because of a dynamic. But thank God that in this, I pray that they'll be able to come back and fix it and get it right. Because, your grandmother and grandfather are not getting any younger, and you got generations. The next generation of y'all are males, right? On that side.
Yeah.
Is one female? Two females.
It's two.
Two females. So I heard once talk about, Ashley talk about she wanted to have kids. You know what I mean? It's important to start fixing these things. So when you raising your child, it won't jump. And for me, seeing 6 decades, 60 knocking on the door, y'all. It's like it's important that you have understanding and strategies to build so it won't jump into another generation. So it won't be just spiraling.
I mean,
My father broke mine. When my father came to me, he broke mine.
yeah.
Just because I was open minded to it too.
So Big Kevin is talking about the sisters reconciling. I could see sending greeting cards to keep in touch, but to get back to where the family was when they were growing up, the dynamics have changed so much. When they were younger, they had one famous wealthy sister, and everyone else was on the same level. It's not like that anymore. Now you have this breakout star. The baby sister has come into her own. She could stand on her own 2 feet. It wasn't supposed to turn out that way. And that's not going to change. All right, let's listen in. Yep, and we could just stay right here. We'll just I'll let this play for about another 3 minutes for the next portion.
I wanted that change. So
Like you said, you touched on about us next generation as majority males. I feel like we're fairly tight.
good,
We talk regularly.
good.
It's so many dynamics to that situation. I know you talked about Tawanda's wedding. I wasn't there. I don't know how to start this, but I wasn't there because for one, I lost my license. I don't know where I put it at. I mean, long story short, right? So I had it in my bag, right? I had it in my bag, and I had it in like a secret like pocket. And so I was already looking for it for like a good month, correct? So out of nowhere, I dumped my bag out, my wallet falls out. So I had found my wallet like a week after, prior to that. Well, the same day that I was supposed to fly out to Atlanta, I had an emergency to attend to. So I had a choice to make. Did I go to that emergency or go to the wedding? And I had to choose the emergency instead.
So what you're telling me is they had bought you a ticket, you were supposed to film, and you supposed to have been in the wedding.
It was.
You got measured for your tux. You had your tux ready.
Mm,
You telling me all that happened?
what I'm telling you is, there's two things that happened. There was two things. I didn't find my wallet after the wedding, so that was the one. And the choice was for me to either drive down or go to the emergency.
So you remember I was talking to you during this
Yeah.
time. So you remember I was talking to the entities who was supposed to have been getting your help, right?
Yeah.
So remember I was involved in this
So
process.
I didn't get the measurements because I didn't go down there. I never went down there.
You had it done up here.
I did. Oh, you know what? You're right. I did get measurements. I had them up here. I did do that. I forgot about that.
Let me say something. Let me say something to you. I've been in 33 weddings. 33 weddings in my life, right? I understand the wedding process. And I've been them in so many different ways, right?
Yeah.
What I'm saying to you is these are the questions I was asking. And on top of that, I've been on 2 reality shows and 2 movies.
Mm-hmm.
So I understand the process of people being involved in the process.
Yeah.
Right? So by the way, I'm your father, I raised you.
So what I'm saying is I did get measured. I did, you're right, I did get measured because the girl I'm talking to, she did take me to get measured. And then that same week, emergency happened.
Where was your suit at?
I got measured at, I'm not saying the company name, but I got measured at the place.
So your suit was there.
I didn't have a suit there. The suit was in Atlanta.
Okay.
The suit was in Atlanta. But I did get measured, but I couldn't go for the 2 weeks. I didn't have my license or my the emergency happened.
Let me say this to the fans. It's sad sometimes when you parent and you like parent in a way like you shouldn't be in that, but you in that. So in these processes, I just try to make sure my man is good because he's raising a child.
All right, so producer, you can cut it out or not. I can fact check this. I'm gonna just say it. I'm probably gonna get cussed up for it too. I'm gonna say it. So what pretty much happened? I'm not gonna talk in code. I can clip this, whatever. I had a miscarriage. I had a baby on the way. So that was my emergency. So when I called the producers for the show, I was like, I can't find my license because I lost it in my bag. So he was like, "What you gonna do?" I was like, "Well, I can try to drive down there." I was like, "All right." So I called one of my friends up. I was like, "So we can get a rental. We can shoot down to Atlanta. I can go get my suit because the lady for Tawana's wedding, she texted me, and then I was like, I called the producer. I was like, "Well, I didn't get my suit yet," and he was like, "It's already here." So I'm like, "Okay." When I was talking to my friend, my girl called me. She was like, "I'm bleeding. I'm bleeding. I'm going to the hospital." So I was over at my sister's house that day. My sister took me to her job. I called the ambulance. The ambulance came, took her to the hospital. We was in the hospital for like a full day, from like 2 p.m. to like 6 a.m. the next day. So I'm just sitting there taking care of her because the doctor just said she had a miscarriage. All right, now I can't go. So I had to call my aunt and say, like, yeah, I can't make it. You know, my girl just had a miscarriage, so I had to miss the wedding. You understood that. I kept it on secret, on hush hush, but since I keep getting asked, and then it's making it seem like Tawanda just pretty much said, no, you can't be in it. Nah, I was in the wedding. I was supposed to be not the best man, but a groomsman. I couldn't make it. I can't do nothing about it. I wasn't going to leave my girl after she had a miscarriage by herself. I mean, I feel like a shitty person for that. Her first child, my first time dealing with a miscarriage, I'm not doing that. That's not happening. I had to pick and choose. As a man, I had to pick and choose which one's worth it. Me staying with my girl that has miscarriage or go to a wedding. I mean, we pretty much involved. We've been dating for, a year plus. I made the decision to not go. I said not to go. Now, like I said, I could have drove down to Atlanta because I didn't have my license. I didn't have my physical license on me. But I could have had my friend drive me down there. He has a friend down there. I could stay with either my grandmother or my cousin. I chose to stay.
Okay, so you know what? Big Kevin, a little bit, he was kind of giving me the impression that he wasn't buying everything that little Kevin was saying. It was just kind of jumbled a little bit. But anyway, there's a lot to unpack with everything that was just said. Okay, so I'm assuming this miscarriage was by his girlfriend and not his ex-wife. Now, I hope little Kevin slows his roll because we don't need him to be out here turning into Nick Cannon. Because that estate or whatever Tracy left him, it could be gone like that. And I don't know, I just can't help but feel a little concerned. Okay. All right. Let's just fast forward just a little bit. Let's start right here.
The blogs, right? The bloggers too. I've been dealing with this grief with my mother, right, for 3 years, 3. It's been 3 years.
Three and a
We're
half.
going on four, and
3.5.
3.5. Almost going on 4 in a few months. Now I would say in the beginning it was hard to deal with. There's a lot of things that was just transpiring. Like I'm gonna say with how the funerals went, how like I didn't have time to grieve, how I didn't have time to like maneuver myself so I can really sit down and like ponder on what's been going on with my mother. Last time I see my mother, when I was living together at the house and stuff, looked bad, looked bad, looked sad, and I didn't want to see my mother like that because I didn't want to. The way cancer is, and it breaks your body down, and it literally, like, it's horrible. We'll touch on the next clip.
Yep. Hey guys. Yeah.
I got a lot to say though, cause it's a lot been said. So I guess we're gonna tune in.
All right. Interesting. All right. Well, we're going to wait for part 3. You know, I think little Kevin is torn, and he really shouldn't be. His father should come first. We're not dealing with a deadbeat dad here. There's nothing that has been said to make me feel like he's a deadbeat dad. You know, you have some messy aunts in your ear who have spoken very ill of your dad. And it's very disrespectful for someone to think that they could actually bash someone's parent, but we're still going to be in a good relationship. All right, I got a couple more. Let's go here. All right, let's listen in.
There's no kind of substance besides me drinking that I'm on. So all that one blog is saying, all that about me, it needs to cut it out. Cause you're speaking false narratives, especially with me and my other aunt. She don't have no kind of control over me. There ain't none of that going on. So we can cut that out. All the fans saying that I'm being controlled by my aunts, and they have this narrative that they're speaking to my head. I mean, we talk every, here and there and stuff, but as far as when it goes to them controlling the legacy or the estate, I mean, I have the last say so. Me and my father's working together. We're gonna make things happen. We're gonna build this foundation to the best of his ability. We also have music for my mother, so we're gonna just keep rocking like that. But as far as everything else, me and my father's still grieving. It's only been 3.5 years, like my father said. So it's the holiday season. I say check with your friends and their families. It's hard right now, especially if you have lost ones. Just be a human and be there for each other, man.
That's it.
Love you too.
I loved this conversation. Listen, look, Kevin said, cut that ish out. He talking about all of us. Cut that out. You know, I think that specifically he was referring to Sherelle's world, because I know Sherelle has interviewed Big Kevin and she's had personal contact with the family. But I enjoyed this father and son conversation. Now, there are viewers out there who don't trust Big Kevin, and I think that little Kevin should get his own personal lawyer, not the lawyers that's affiliated with his aunts. I'm speaking specifically to Wanda and Trina, but his own personal lawyer so everything can remain amicable between him and his father. You know, I frankly don't believe Tawanda and Trina. I don't believe that they have little Kevin's best interest at heart, for the simple fact that they have tried to come between Big Kevin and little Kevin. Okay? Those two aunts can't be trusted. Okay? Um, Let me know your thoughts. I enjoyed this father-son conversation. If you like the video, don't forget to like it, share it, comment, and hey, don't forget to subscribe. All right, I think that's it. I will talk to you all later.
And I'm on Lexapro, 20 milligrams. The best thing I've ever done in my life. You should definitely try it, especially because y'all can't really get it together, you know?